We'll see if that works. There we go.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're in there.
It was Fight Man and Aethra. Okay. And Wings, you get first pick.
We're going payback.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. All right. You both know the rules. I'll just emphasize that all restarts are up to my discretion and ideally should be granted within or near the first 30 seconds of each song. If you need to restart, let me know. You'll both be server deafened for each song. And it's best of 9.
All
Good
right.
luck.
Cool.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck.
Oh, wait.
Good
I need
luck.
my timer.
All right. You're about to get into it. Big man.
Down.
Yeah.
I haven't even started
I'm
it.
locked in the server. I'm locked in.
Okay. Hold up.
Yeah. Nope, my bad.
Just had to do something real quick. Won't count
Yep.
as a
I
restart.
had to turn my always off. My bad. I'm good now.
All right.
There we go.
Perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. I think Elves was just turning off remote highways. Pretty sure that's what. So I believe that both of these players have an FC in match for this. I believe Wings has the higher score. But obviously one miss will make the difference. Already it looks like Wings might have picked up an extra note on WingsOfSpeed. Oh, there's a drop from Wings. Multiple. Oh, but Elves also drops. Wings dropping the phrase. Okay, Elves is coming out on top of all those drops there. I feel like with a song like this, you're either super dialed in to play these fast drums and be super precise, or you're just like not warmed up to it. Nerves can also play into it. But anyway, Elves has a really comfortable lead, being up over 20k. Actually, just around 20k, maybe 19. This is a huge lead for Elves on a song like this. And I would say that once you get to this little bridge here, most of the tough part of the song is over. You just another miss from Wings. You just need to not get this overlap here. As long as Elves does that, shouldn't be too worried. Right. Pretty decisive. Elves with just, I think, just one drop. Yep. I got a boop. All right, so that's 1-0 in Elves' favor. For anyone that missed it, I believe Elves is permabanning Fight Man, and I think Wings banned Salt Drown Dead. Seems to be two pretty consistent bans for each of these players. Two tough ones. Okay, Wings going with the tier 28 solo medley. That's a great pick because I believe they have the two top scores, or like I think with Alf's FC of this yesterday, maybe that's changed a little bit, but still like really good scores from Wings. I know Elves doesn't really like this song as far as solos go. Some lack of consistency on some of the tougher parts. This is song 2. Song 1 went to Elves, picking Payback. Super close, each with just a drop, I believe. Very nice. Good axe from Bull.
I'm gonna quench my thirst, do my heart's content, and do it in record time, cause I'm still a vet. On this chub game, never ever was a late.
Really just Elves with that slight lead from early on.
I'm not so old, it's not words, time to spark.
But pretty big opportunity. This solo is pretty crusty. Well, they both visit the same spot. Some more crust right here. Getting it. I don't even know what to say. They've only missed in the same spots. Man, this is gonna be tough for Wings to come back. the ending of this, there's really only one chokeable spot left. And the SP, of course. It's possible to try to play it a little risky to get a couple extra points. I don't think that Wings playing risky is going to actually swing the lead. I'm pretty sure that Wings has to rely on Elves to drop somewhere or get that overlap. Interesting. So this is a different path than what I know. My brain just kind of melted. I don't know. I'm confused. So Wings has an extra phrase here. Elves is on path now. Definitely did a weird act. He's going with that. I wonder if this is like a different path for Wings, because I know they have a good score. See if Elves can maintain the lead. Ooh, okay, Wings caught up there with, I suppose, a better path, but just barely not enough. That was almost very sneaky of Wings. Wow. Just over 700 points. That really caught up. That probably was like a 1,500 point narrowing of the lead. But Elves takes it. That's 2 of Wings' picks. Yeah, these are great scores. And really, I believe it was just 2 drops. Once in the first section, and then once in the one of the crusty solos within Solstice. I hope everyone's appreciating the Salt Drowned Dead background music, since you're never gonna hear it. I know that Wings likes to play the tiebreaker scenario a lot. I'm kind of wondering that they picked Payback just to get like a strum song on the board to warrant being able to pick a solo. Let's see how this goes. I'm sure that both of these players have FC'd this outside of match multiple times. And I believe that Elves have FC'd it in match. Yes, I have played against Wings, and they have picked songs that they are like 80% sure that they will actually lose, just so that they can force you to pick like a strum song. Because they might be trying to force a solo tiebreak scenario. And actually, Elves had told me when we played that Elves does not really love Burn the Witch. So, if Wings can get to Burn the Witch, that might just decide it. That might just be over. But, of course, it's 2-0 in Elves' favor. You gotta get the tiebreaker first. if anything, Wings is up by 200 points, just getting one extra note. Oh, okay. 400 points up. Now 600. Okay. I'm surprised because that last activation, it's kind of hard to squeeze anything. I wonder if Elves actually dropped a note under SP. As in, still hitting the note, but maybe hitting the note and then activating. It's still so close, though. If Wings misses, that lead is gone. The next two activations are pretty important. This biggest activation right here, followed by probably the hardest section of the song under SP. So the Elves can make up any ground here. Still behind. Elves is down 1,000 now. So every activation Wings has just picked up, an extra note or two. It's going to be really important for them to hit this sweepy section up here. Can pick up a couple extra points on these ticks during the sustain here. Oh, I didn't even realize that Elves missed. Elves must have missed at the end of the sweeps. Now that 1k lead extending to about an 8k lead. Oh, drop from Wings, but not under SP. Still going to be in his favor, just barely. Still about a 5k lead. That is a tough section going from... Ooh, another miss from Wings. The flicker. Oh, man. I think Elves just barely squeaked out a lead. Oh, but Elves dropped. Okay. All right. That's a heartbreaker. However, I want to see a match. I can't be streaming a blowout here. 2-1. Wings finally taking a song here. Just 2 overstrums from, and really an interesting spot. Definitely a difficult spot. I'm sure Wings would have been kicking himself if he gave up the win and dropped down to 0-3. Wings definitely had that one. Push it out. Okay. Now it's Elves' pick. Elves' first pick. The Garrod, okay. I don't have the Airtable open, however, I do know that Elves does have an FC, like multiple, maybe 3 scores that are really high up there. I'm sure Wings is good at this song too, but I believe Elves has the average better scores. Just such a scary song to play because missing in this intro is devastating. This first activation is really going to show who is getting more SP, who's holding those sustains more. So far, it looks like Wings was holding the sustains a little bit longer even before this phrase, this activation here. Okay, look at that. Wings with a noticeable lead. Yes. Okay, Wings dropping after the intro. It's a small drop, however, it really sucks that he was up and now he's down, and it's so hard to come back on this song. It's one of those ones where you're just really hoping that the other player can give you some room and make a drop. I mean, I guess it's close enough. Oh, that's rough. Another drop and more drops. That's devastating. And then acting while you're not at ×4 yet. Yeah, Wings' SP has ended, and Elves is just gonna keep extending the lead. I don't know. That section can be a little weird. I have seen players miss the grease note. There's like, you're kind of stretching your hand, and then you need to hit an orange into a grace note blue, and that can just, you know, it's not like you can't hit it, but just the movement you make, sometimes you don't actually get that blue note. But it seemed like there were a couple other drops too. And this is a very sizable lead. 20k. This is really looking good for Elves. Again, that section right there, and it comes up so often you need to be on point. But Elves, great pathing as well from Elves. Gonna be a pretty good score. On this, or even the best score. Very nice. That is the top score. Elves beat me by just a couple points. Still nice. There's not much you can do when your opponent is FCing and also getting the top score in the... Even if Wings did have a good run of this, it lock in for the one. Now E1. (3-1). We have one solo that has been picked, and now we're getting our second strum song. Everyone in on where we stand on the tiebreaker. Should it go there? I don't. I think that this is a tiebreaker pick in mind from Wings, really trying to push Burn the Witch because Wings does have they both have an FC of this song. I'm curious to see how this plays out for Wings. I have to imagine that Wings is taking into consideration the fact that if you need to win some songs here and Elves gets to pick the songs, you want to push it as far into that strong side as you can before Elves gets there. Wings really need to win here. Going down 4-1 is going to be rough. Wings with the first drop. Only on single notes, though. Drop from Elves. Get up to the times 4 for these forwards. That's good. And it's really going to come down to the machine gun breakdown. Oh, Wings isn't gonna have times 4. Acting without getting up to max combo. Awesome. Both hitting it. Fortunately, Wings just didn't have times 8 right away. Now, an interesting thing on that activation is you can act later if you need to build back up the time score before acting. Because there are more notes you can pick up at the end of the note pad. It's just so hard to do that while you're strong defense. Elves up by about 11k. Still within range. This overlap. Nice. Right. Wings needs Elves to overstrung. Or something. Elves are looking really comfortable with this. Didn't matter. Elves had it. That's a pretty solid score from Elves. Getting into that 440 range. Very solid. And Wings as well, getting into the 430s. Very respectable. And both hitting the machine gun breakdown is really awesome to see that like so many players that are making into top 16 are just nailing that spot, which is, I'm sure when they were song selecting, they picked it for money and everyone is just like, yep, I got this. Right. Elves is on match point now. Wings being the 1 seed, whole tournament putting up an insane qualifier score. Now, as Thank You Scientist says, back against the wall. Backs against the ball. Backs against the wall. Multiple backs. Love Me, Love Me. Right, I know Elves is pretty good with this song. I can't say that there was a better pick than this from Wings. I'd have to really look at the Airtable. I'm sure that Wings is great at this song. Elves. Okay. These sweeps are just so difficult. Like with your tournament match on the line here. Ooh, a drop under SP from Elves. That one drop with the chords, that's really swinging into Wings. A drop from Wings. Not gonna hurt too much because it was right at the end of Star Power. Wings also went with an early act. The path that I follow gets that chord sustain right at the end. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, Wings hitting probably the hardest section. Under SP, Elves missed the phrase and couldn't even act. I'm interested to see where Elves will act, because I think if they act in the same spot that you normally would, they're actually going to get an overlap. Drop from Wings under chords, it's gonna hurt, but still with a comfortable lead. Actually, I thought that there was only 3 phrases that you have. I guess Elves just 8. Out. Looking into 5-2. I mean, Wings has a comfortable lead, but Elves' SP is massive. I don't know what this does. Wings is on path. Yeah, Elves just has to use it up at this point. Looks like their bad activation has pretty good backup. It's just not enough. Right. Is that a 19K lead? Yeah, on that last activation, from what I know, you want to have just 2. I think it worked out, like, where he acted seemed to be the best spot for it. Not 4-2. And has no more picks. And Elves goes straight to Vor. See how this goes. know that Elves really likes this song. I don't know what Wings' thoughts on this song are. I don't know what the scores are like. Also, if anyone is interested in the tiebreaker, it is even at 2 strums and 2 solos. They picked Death Empress and Payback as the strums, and then the solos were Love Me, and the Tier 28 solo medley. With this being hybrid, this means that if Elves loses this, Elves has full control of where the tiebreaker goes. Early drop. Oh no, this is not a good start from Wings. Missing the phrase too. I've been here before. It's not fun. This lead that Elf's gonna take over this activation. Wings with another drop phrase. It is already looking a little rough. Plenty of song left to come back, but Elves is looking strong. With a really early act. I wonder if Elves knows something about the path that I don't know. I'm definitely not a connoisseur with this song. But Wings seems to be on path now. Ooh, okay, Elves with the first drop. Not going to be able to get the big activation now. It's such a huge... the gap is just way too big for Wings to actually make it up here. But this will help out a ton. Definitely putting them back in the running. Map again. But it's still a pretty sizable 60k lead. Oh, okay, so Elves is following a path. With how this song goes, with so many chords, it's definitely possible for Wings to make a comeback if Elves drops in some cool spots, but I would be pretty pleased with how I'm playing if I'm up by this much. I think for the most part, the song kind of becomes more tame in the second half. That is a big lead, 70k. I wasn't paying attention, it looked like Wings acted in that dead space. We'll see if it was okay. players hitting that transition. Elves dropping, but I mean, look at how high that score was. I think Elves is gonna do it. And Elves is just crushing it. A 5 victory. And I know that Elves has been putting in the work to make it to Elite League and definitely surpassing that. Beating myself 5-3 and beating Wings 5-2, making it to winners semis where they get to play against someone who FC'd almost the entire match the other day.